Hello, I'm Dan Walker, Investment Officer at Idaho Trust Bank. Today for our Investment Minute, we want to talk a little bit about what has occurred so far in 2014, what is happening now in current markets, and a few economic indicators coming out next week. The major theme so far for 2014 is Janet Yellen replacing Benjamin Bernanke as chairman of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve Bank, the first woman to do so in the bank's 100-year history. So far, we haven't seen any material differences in her monetary policy, which has been widely expected given the fact that Janet Yellen and Benjamin Bernanke have worked together to create our current monetary policy. So far in 2014, we have started the year with a lot of geopolitical risk in Europe as well, which has been causing a lot of volatility and turmoil in equity markets. Year-to-date figures for the S&P 500 has returned 1.98% or nearly 2%. International developed markets have returned nearly 1.5%, and bonds almost 0.5%, which is good given their poor performance in 2013. Emerging markets, on the other hand, are down almost 4.5% year-to-date, continuing their downward trend that they started in 2013. Next week coming up, we have inflation and housing figures coming out, which will be important to gauge the strength of our continuing economic recovery. And the Federal Reserve is meeting for their Federal Open Market Committee, which is the main policy-making body of the Federal Reserve, on the 18th and 19th of this month. It's largely expected that the Federal Reserve will announce continued tapering to their quantitative easing program, perhaps $10 billion. Their current quantitative easing program was initially purchasing $85 billion worth of mortgage-backed securities and treasury securities every month. After two tapers, they are currently buying $65 billion worth of those. See you next week.